Assalamu alaikum. As we all know that the Canadian government has introduced a humanitarian pathway for people affected by the conflict in Sudan in the form of a family reunification program to help us bring our families to safety. SCCA, Sudanese Canadian Communities Association, welcomes you to our walkthrough video to explain the key details of the program, eligibility criteria, and financial requirements. Who can apply for this program? It's open to anyone who is the child, regardless of age, grandchild, parent, grandparent, or sibling of a citizen or a PR holder with their dependents, spouse and kids aged 22 or less. Nevertheless, the principal applicant has the option to submit a letter emphasizing the financial education dependency of their sons over the age of 22 and unmarried daughters of any age who rely on their families for financial support. Resided in Sudan on April 15, 2023. Those who resided in Sudan and were outside on that date for a legitimate reason, business trip, Umrah, visiting families, among others, will need to provide evidence of residency may include copy of all passport pages for exit entry stamps, bank statements showing transactions in Sudan, UNHCR registration or other. Those will be addressed by IRCC on a case-by-case basis, and the SCCA is working closely with IRCC to ensure all cases mentioned above and more are taken into consideration by providing scenarios that IRCC can revert to when assessing those. Details on this should be included in the application guidelines. Currently resides in Sudan or outside of Sudan in a temporary resident status. Has an anchor who meets the legal and financial requirements and can provide a statutory declaration. Intends to reside in any province or territory other than Quebec. Document to prove the relationship with the anchor, such as a birth certificate or national number ID. Holds valid passport or travel document if available. Other documents can be used, such as statutory declaration. What exactly is an anchor? An anchor is someone who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, aged 18 years or older, is a spouse, sibling, child, grandchild, parent, or grandparent of the applicant. Resides in Canada, outside of the province of Quebec. Meets the legal requirements. Please refer to the policy for details. Is not in receipt of social assistance for a reason other than disability. Meets the financial requirements either individually or on a household, anchor and spouse level. Let's dive into the financial requirements. There are three options. Option A, minimum necessary household annual income before tax to support a group of persons. Count yourself, your family, and anyone you are planning to sponsor. For one person, your child or grandchild, $27,514. For two people, $34,254. For three people, $42,100. For four people, $51,128. For five people, $57,989. For six people, $65,400. For seven people, $72,814. Add $7,412 for any additional person. Option B, amount held in an in-trust account at a Canadian financial institution, accessible to the foreign national once granted permanent residence. For one person, $9,900. For two people, $14,950. For three people, $16,500. For four people, $18,100. For five people, $20,450. For six people, $22,650. For each additional person, $1,900. A separate in-trust account needs to be opened for each application, principal applicant. Option C. If the anchor does not meet Option A or Option B, they must hold a fund equal to the minimum necessary income required minus the anchor's total income. This sum is held in an in-trust account at a Canadian financial institution and becomes accessible to the foreign national once granted permanent residency. Please note that it's accepted that you reach out to family friends, and organizations around you to help you raise needed funds as long as it comes from a legal source. Other requirements. That includes principal applicants and their families providing. Police clearances for those who are 18 and above needs to be provided for any country they lived in since the age of 18. Medical check and biometrics. Applicants will be prompted to complete those post-initial application approval conditional on completing medical and biometric checks. In conclusion, the temporary public policy offers a pathway to permanent residence for those affected by the Sudanese conflict. It's an opportunity for families to reunite and build a better future in Canada. For more information and to begin your application process, visit the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada or SCCA websites for guidance. This program launches on February 27, 2024. Be sure to prepare early and apply as soon as possible. It is limited. Have your passport and proof of relationship, if required, ready, translated, and ready to go. Thank you for watching this video on the temporary public policy. We look forward to assisting you on your journey to Canada.